Hey everyone. Just starting my live. Hoping everyone is going okay. So just wait for a couple of minutes. See if anyone joins me. Oh. Hi, Michael Dowell. Yeah. Well, you know, how's everything going? Hi, Renee Rogers. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yep, got the sound down, so that's good. Hi, Michelle Peterson. I'm just gonna go. Dishes and Stitches. Hey, Edith Rosales. Hi, Robin Arvin. Thanks for joining me. So, we'll get straight into things in a couple of minutes. Let's see if that's solved the problem. Just had to exit it and restart again. Buffering. And let's see if that solved the problem. Oh, not good, is it? Back. Yes, I am back. Yeah, I just exited the page. It wasn't responding, so I exited the page and it allowed me to come straight back into the broadcast. So hopefully that's a lot better. Hi, Linda B. Hi, Edith Rosales. Yes, I'm back. I'm fine now. Yes, yeah. So thank you. So how's everyone going? Yes, Trump is trying his tricks with courts and everything. I love Rudy Giuliani's press conference at the Four Seasons top landscaping firm in between a sex shop and what was the other place? Oh, a crematorium. Situated between. Hi, Sherry French. I just thought that was hilarious. Take it the Four Seasons Hotel didn't want him. I mean, it's apparently there's a federal employee coming out and saying that Homeland Security violated the Hatch Act, moving their conference where they praised Trump to Arizona. Four Seasons top landscaping. Yeah. Yep. I will be getting a new camera at some stage, setting up a lot of things. So, yeah, I'm working on a website. Going with Weebly because they host it for free and stuff. And, yeah, so I'm working on setting that up, and I will be putting something on. I have to post my Facebook link as well. I have created an Instagram account, but I don't know how to use it. I don't even know how to post photos, so it might take me a while to get there. Okay, now let's have a look. What is going on in Trump's brain at the moment? So first I'll do a quick prayer. This is similar to his protection. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, turn the votes. Yeah, they're not going to succeed, but one of the things they can try and do is turn the electoral college votes, the electors in each state, in some of the states that are blue, that are run by Republicans, but it's not going to work. Thank you, Edith. So, how is Trump feeling today? Thank you to my guides, the greatest truth and compassion, giving me some insight into Dr. Trump. How he is feeling today. So how is Trump today? How's he feeling? He's feeling out in the cold. McConnell's still sticking with him, and so's Lindsey Graham and Pompeo and Giuliani and all those suckasses. Military's not happy with him because he sacked Esper. He wanted to sack Esper and Ray and Fauci before the election, but he was told that that wouldn't be a good thing to do. So Esper's gone, but he's feeling out in the cold. Like, he's getting messages that fewer and fewer Republicans in office are standing by him. They're like backing off. The number supporting him is getting smaller and smaller. I'm getting news of that, so he's feeling a bit out in the cold. Knight of Pentacles, well, of course, that can represent a lawyer. Hi, thank you, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. How are you? And hi, Joan Morey. So he's continuing his legal battles. But losing hope. It's slowly dawning on him that he will still, even when he goes, regard himself as the president. But it's dawning on him that these are going to be less and less successful. The idea that he's going to have to walk away is being fed to him, that at some stage he's going to have to walk away before he's forced out. Hi, Carter Manti Mesquite. Hi, Cat M. Hi, Bonnie Russell. I don't know how Noel's family is doing. They're going through a bit of a rough time. Yeah, so he knows, because he's getting the messages that he's feeling like he's being abandoned to people who I put them where they are, which is not necessarily true. A lot of them were where they were before he came into office. The ones that survived the election process this time round, they were in office when Trump came in. So he didn't have anything to do with them being there in the first place. But he still thinks he's the one who's put them in office and kept them there and stuff like that. So he's a bit like, how dare they walk away from me? Things are not moving at the pace he wants them to. He wants to go in the court, out court, win, that's it. He expects everything to be done and settled within a week, so he can just get on with dismantling a country. That's not happening. He's getting delays, communication breakdowns, and he's not happy about it. Hi, Mystical Marina. Hi, Cecily C. And there's mix up with lawyers, like with Rudy and all this lack of communication that came out with the Four Seasons debacle. This is the Emperor card. He is convinced that this, to me, represents the rule of law, the steady hand. SCOTUS, in a way, he is convinced that SCOTUS is going to say, no, he's the president, that Biden cheated and therefore isn't the president. He's convinced himself of that. So Ten of Cups, this this is interesting because it's the Ten of Cups reversed, a break with family. It's on top of the Eight of Cups, abandonment. He is feeling that some of the Republicans, he knows there was a lot of split tickets. So he's angry at a lot of Republicans. I think it's being brought to him that the reason a lot of senators are staying and have kept their seat, but he didn't win, is because there are a lot of Republicans who split ticketed, who put Biden for president, but kept their senators in. Hi, Clarence Fields. Hi, Deborah Costro. Hi, GM Dave. And so he's really, really angry that there was a lot of split tickets going. I think you might find in some Republican states where Biden won, or something like, I think Georgia, the thinking there is that there was a lot of split ticketing. So Six of Wands reversed. Victory. He's scared that he's not going to win. That his messages, and he's trying to gaslight the courts and everything, and not going to work, and he's going to end up the loser. The people are already calling him a loser, and he hates that. You know, only service people are losers. People who fall for cons are losers. He's not a loser. Sorry to break it to you, buddy. He was so comfortable. He's so convinced that he's going to win and everything. But this is financial setbacks, losses, a loss of a position, loss of autonomy, because this represents a comfortable position, autonomy. Thank you, Shauna Westover. That's lovely. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. And this really represents a loss of his autonomy. Ten of Pentacles. He was building a legacy, God damn it. And this is a 10. It's end of a cycle. This is the end of the legacy he was determined to build. He determined that his children, he wanted a dynastic presidency where he would serve for another 4 years, and then Ivanka or Don Jr. would take over the presidency. He really wanted that. But now he's seeing an end to the legacy he wanted to build. He's not handling it well. Hi, Keisha Harris. He's not handling it well. He's not handling it well at all. Hi, Dawn Amato. Hi, Nancy Lee. Hi, Greta. So, yeah, he's not handling it at all. I will be taking readings from Monday. So by Sunday, I'll have times and rates on the community page, and on the, hopefully have my website up and running by then, and on the Facebook page, and I'll put the link to the Facebook page there as well. Nancy, hello, Nancy. So let's have a look at what November holds for Donald Trump. What does November hold for Donald Trump? Now we've taken a look at what he's thinking. I always do a prayer of protection. The more I do this and the more I open myself up, for some reason, I've always just been able to whatever. So, it's a really interesting journey, and I might put a little blog on my website about it, but I don't know. We'll see. Hi, Edith. I think I said hello to Edith earlier. Hi, Bonnie Russell. If I've said hello twice, well, I've said hello twice. Worried about Bar. Bar is, yeah, he's stuck his head out from whatever rock he's under. He's sort of Bar's sort of playing a safe game. He's saying, okay, if there legitimate cause comes up for investigation, he's given the FBI the go-ahead to investigate if legitimate and well-founded allegations are there. But he's made that statement, so he's covering his ass by saying legitimate, well-founded allegations, or allegations with a good premise and blah, blah, blah. So if it's just a wild allegation out of nowhere, or a wild allegation that's clearly there's no proof of, he said, no, you don't have to investigate it, but if someone can bring proof to the table on an allegation, then he said, yeah, you can go and investigate it. So he's covering his ass. He's saying, yes, it can be investigated if they've got proof to bring to the table, otherwise they don't have to investigate it. That's covering his ass. Oh, yes, that Pompeo, yeah, he's talking out of his big fat Jaime backside. Anyway, what does the rest of November hold for Trump? Let's have a look. Okay, so where are we? We're at the 11th. It is today in Australia, it's Remembrance Day. So at 11, if I'm still on at 11, I'm going to ask everyone just to give a minute silence. I might finish a couple of minutes early. Okay, so 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month. And so that's important. So we've got only got two and a half weeks. So the next week, okay, this week through to Sunday, and then the following week, and then the following week. So I'll do 3 lines for 3 weeks, hey? Let's have a look. I'm going to try something. I can't remember who did it. Might have been the Empress. So she put down a card first, a signifier card from a different deck, and then she put cards down to read the rest of it. So I'm going to do that first. So thank you, gods of the highest truth and compassion, giving me some insight into what is in store for Donald Trump for the remainder of November. Temperance, being tamped down this week. Calm down. Oh, now I don't have reversals in this deck. But moving on from a cold situation to a friendlier situation. Second week. Assessment, reap what you sow. I don't have reversals in this deck, so I'll reverse that to out in the cold, even more out in the cold. But then that's hope. No, I'll leave it reversed. It came out reversed. I'll leave it reversed. Because, like I said, I don't. What's going on? Yeah, when that happens, when a group of cards get reversed in a non-reversed deck. Anyway, we'll sort that out later. Anyway, so we'll go back to the steampunk deck that I used for Trumpy. Trumpy Dump. Oh, no like button for me today. That's all right. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you. That's fine. I do know our Prime Minister and our opposition leader have already called Biden and Harris and congratulated them. Yeah. Hi, Flora. Virtual hugs everywhere, hey? Hi, Joan Maury. Okay, what's in this week for Trump? Now, he's got the temperance card, tempering down, trying to regain some balance and harmony. What's on the bottom for him? Oh, going into isolation, trying to learn some lessons here. What else is there for him? The Hierophant. He's looking to the institutions, the courts, to help him out. He thinks he can get the courts on side, get the momentum moving, get people power moving. He thinks he can do that to gain victory. He can't accept that he's lost. There's something going to be coming out about him, the election, something. This could be the person who's come out about the Homeland Security people breaching the Hatch Act because it's illegal for them to go down. They went down. They held their press conference in Arizona instead of Washington when they normally do. Customs and Border Patrol or something it was, and they praised Donald Trump on what a great job he's doing. Hi, Maureen Howe, welcome. So that could be that. Dawn Camaro, hello. Or Dawn Amato here. Yeah, I've already said hello. What else is in store for him? King of Swords. Legal. Investigatory. Thoughts, words. He's going to get some news from someone. No, they have to set up a presidential library for him. They have to do it. It's not something they have a choice about. So every piece of paper to do with his presidency is going to go in there. He's got no choice. He's set someone to look at ways and means, and he's going to get some news from them. What he's going to hear. So he's got someone researching thoughts, words, investigating things, and what he's going to hear is not what he wants to hear. It's going to mean setbacks for him, disappointment. He's not going to hear what he wants to hear. It's not going to be the news he thought it would be. I think some of them are trying to work on the electoral colleges in red states who have turned blue, in those states that have turned blue, that Biden won, or Biden won that have Republican houses and stuff. He set someone to work on them. But it's not what he's going to want to hear, because, you know, the Electoral College, they can appoint voters, you know, that's one of the ways he's going to try, and it's not going to work out the way he wants it to. So I don't think he's getting good news on that front. The Electoral Voters College delegates are not going to turn the back on their state that said they wanted Trump, that they wanted Biden. They won't do it. Yeah. They're not stupid. They want to be able to have a decent career in those states. Hi, Nancy Lee. Yes, that is the rule, or it's the general thing. I don't know if they have to, but the rule is that's what they do, because they vote with the will of the people. So, okay, second week, moving away from an out in the cold situation, off in a new direction. This is also moving away from a light, a church, a place of hope and healing. So, what's on the bottom now? Ooh, 5 of Swords. Recovery from an abuse of power. Step towards healing. I can't see that. Trump. This could be advice he's getting. Look, you've got to move away from that. He's getting advice. You have to stop now. You can't keep doing this. You're tearing the country apart. You have to stop. I think this is advice that he's going to be getting. You have to move on from this. It's going to be becoming more and more clear that he's not going to get his way with the electoral colleges, and he's not going to be able to delay certification. So he's getting the advice. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to let the country start healing. No, he doesn't like that idea. He's still going to, despite the advice he's getting, he's still going to try and stir up conflict. I think he might start stirring up his followers a bit. I think we might see a little bit of him trying to stir up those groups who said, we'll go and fight for him and blah, blah, blah. He's still refusing to hand over the power, the reins. There's been an official from the government office that handles, that signs up and starts the transition team being able to do their work, and she's blocked it. Her and her deputy or whatever, they've said no, they're not going to sign the paperwork. So that's on Trump too. He's stopping that. So this might mean that blockage is removed, and then the transition team will be able to start their jobs. This person saying, I'm not going to sign the paper until it's all certified. That this thing's sharing of power and resources, so that maybe that block will be removed, which I don't think Trump will like. he's still going to be gaslighting. He's still going to be out there going, blah, 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 blah. I was cheated. I won. Blah, 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 blah. And all that sort of guff. So this is the next week. The week starting the 16th. Okay. What else during that week? Oh, he's going to try and sow chaos. I think so. This goes back to the conflict card. Him sowing doubt and chaos. One more. Disagreements within the White House, just within the administration, within the White House. People saying, look, you've got to move. It's time to concede. It's time to go. It's time to take down your decorations to celebrate or whatever. Yeah. So he's despite everything by next week telling him that, look, he's got to stop. He's going to keep going. He's going to keep revving up people, and he's going to cause some more trouble. Okay. So the last week starting the 23rd to the 30th, this is reap what you sow. This is the crop that you planted. Hi, Travels. Hi, Tiger. Hi, Renee Rogers. Hi, Nancy Lee. So he's going to, I think, really start feeling things tighten around him, close in on him at that stage. So, hi, Queen's Tarot. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. Got to catch up on a few people's videos too. Hi, J-Cat Lady. Sharon Sipe. Hi. So what's going on in the last week of November for Trump? Reap what you sow. Reap what you sow. This is your crop. You planted it. You're responsible for it. Hi, Lucian. I'm also always really, really pleased when I see another reader or someone come to watch me and stuff. I'm honoured when that happens. Yeah. And I know a few of you do read yourself and stuff, and yeah, I'm honoured that all of you come and watch me. What's the difference between a super chat and a super sticker? I don't know. I just enabled both of them, so. These guys have been, Queen's Tarot, these guys have been so wonderful and encouraging and helped me come to a decision to take this to the level of, you know, doing it to earn some income and stuff. And the support I've gotten from them have been fantastic. And I love every single one of my subscribers. And yeah, just the support and encouragement I've gotten from them has been great. So let's see what's happening in the last week of and just to celebrate when I do kick everything off, when I kick off my website, I will be giving away a free reading. Okay, so oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, what's in store for the last week of November for Trump? I feel that things are really going to start closing in on him. Oh, acceptance of lost victory, acceptance of the loss. He might not ever give a concession speech. He doesn't actually legally have to give one. It's just a time-honoured tradition. Don't know that he'll ever do that, but he will accept the loss. That doesn't mean he's going to make life easier. Oh, look at this. Nightmares and burdens. It's anxiety, and in having to accept that, his anxiety levels are going to go up. So I'll put that there too. Okay, let's see. Temperance. Now, it's interesting. You've got temperance again, but this is everything off kilter. Everything, no balance, no harmony. He's going to lose it. We might not ever hear about it. We've heard about his temper tantrums so far. He might not ever, if he does give a speech of any kind, it's going to be like the one he gave after the 2018 election. And he'll be picking on people who have lost their seats, or people who, haven't helped him, or admin officials and things like that. It'll be that sort of thing. But it's going to be, just totally off balance, just totally loss of harmony. It's the White House is tense enough as it is. It's going to be unbearable for people after this. Seven of Swords. He's going to try and sneak away. So there have been stories about moving trucks backing up to the White House, and the reason that he put that big impenetrable wall up is so that people can't see that he's taking things out of the White House that he shouldn't. I might do a read on that, but he's going to try and steal away in the night, maybe. Knight of Wands, he's going to go off. He's going to go off. I think he is going to give one of those vitriolic speeches. And don't be surprised if members of the press, especially if they're from Fox, get eviscerated by him. This is him totally, my way or the highway. If you didn't give the coverage that I wanted you to give, so yeah. Page of Cups. Surprising, upsetting news. Oh, thank you, Queen's Tarot. Thank you so much. That support the support of everyone just means so much to me. Thank you. You want to know how you deprogram the naggers to see reality? I can have a look at that. Okay. Deprogramming the market. There's some who will never be able to, Emotional news. Unseen problems and things still to come to light. Okay. Hidden problems. He's going to get some emotional news, and it's about something that he didn't even think was a problem, but it is. I think it's going to make him, if he pushes this, things could get well into the bad zone for him, and things are going to be bad enough, but even worse. So, yeah. So he's still hanging on. He's still trying things this week. But he's going to get news later on in the week that's not too good for him. And then people are going to start trying to talk sense in him, and he's going to start trying to talk up his less than stable followers. And then it's going to start dawning on him, and he's going to take all his frustration and stuff out on. He's going to want to slink away, but not before he has his say. Don't expect him to welcome Biden into the White House and have that meeting with him. I think Pence might do that. But, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to go quickly through this deck and sort out the reversals that shouldn't be there. It'll only take me a couple of minutes. Now, so we've got deprogramming, margers, whatever they are. I did Pompeo and Graham and all that the other day. I'm still convinced that Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham are not going to be there. I think other readers have said they're not going to complete their terms. I think it's going to be quite early in their terms when they leave. So at least for Lindsey Graham, I don't think she's going to be there very long. Keep the pool boy. Anyway, now I don't Maureen Howe, thank you very much. Thank you for that donation. Thank you very much. Feather Singing, hello. I love that name. That's a lovely name. Thank you. We all appreciate your spiritual. Oh, thank you so much. That's lovely. One thing to do to get through to Margaret's people who voted for Trump, just remember that some of them are lifelong Republicans. Thank you, Tiger. Some of them are lifelong Republicans, and the idea of not voting for a Republican for president is just something they can't do. So first is to understand where they're coming from. Even if they may know it'd be better for the country not to have him there, they can't do it. Others, just be aware, like if you're in a place like Georgia or somewhere, I brought up split ticketing before and I felt it was going to be significant somewhere, and I think it's going to be Georgia. So just think that, look, they may have voted Republican down ticket, but they might have put Biden in for president. So give them the doubt that way. You don't punish someone for voting the way they voted. They voted with their beliefs and with deep belief and deep faith, most of them. So you can't punish someone for that. So not going in with a how could you frame of mind helps. Mystical Marina, thank you so much. And that helps. So that understanding first is really important. I'm going to use some oracle cards for this. So just give me a minute here. I have my oracle cards over there and I'm looking at them. Enchanted map. Okay. Most of you know that Colette Barron-Reed is my favourite oracle person, but mapping the way for me. And a lot of you might know that I also, you know, am trained to do geographic information systems and work with maps and stuff. And so I see the word map, and this is like on the back of these cards is a compass pointing in the right direction. So I feel that these cards will be really good to help with that. So first thing is, don't go in with the before I start looking at the cards and while I'm shuffling, another thing is don't go in with deprogramming in mind. A lot of them haven't been programmed. They just, you know, the percentage of them that have that drunk Kool-Aid thing, yes, there's a bit of programming in mind. It's just listening and not questioning. So just say things like, look, it's okay to question what you've been told. Nobody's going to punish you for asking a question, because one of the ways in which people get programmed is that they'll ask a question and then they're told, well, no, how dare you question? This is the truth and you can't question that. Yeah, I don't know much about these sorts of things. Hi, Linda Thompson. So patience, say, look, you know, I am not going to, you approach them and say, especially if you know they voted for Trump and they bought everything, say, look, I respect your right to vote the way you voted. I'm not going to punish you for that. And, you know, we are family, or we have been friends for a long time, and I don't want that to come between us. So open lines of communication. And if they still don't want to communicate, that's it. But also just saying, you know, I question things. Just because I've voted for somebody doesn't mean I haven't questioned whether they did the right thing here or the right thing there. I ask those questions of myself, and it's okay to do that. Thank you very much, Linda. So that's just practical advice on opening communications. So don't go in with a competitive stance. Don't go in, not that I think any of you would go in and say you have to be punished for voting the way you did. Just say, look, I know you had your reasons for voting the way you did. And I respect your right to vote the way you want. But, yeah, and I don't want that to come between us. And then just say, you know, I question things that Biden has done in the past or Harris has done in the past, and I'll probably question things they do in the future as well. And just say, look, it's okay to ask questions. Okay, so now we'll get on to the card part of this. 1, 2, 3 cards flew out of the deck there. So the first one is movement. Make that movement towards it. This is the giant emu with a little island on his back with the windmill, with the balloon in the background. Movement, momentum forward, drive a discussion. What did they like about Trump? Was there anything they didn't like about Trump? Was there anything that they disagreed with? But was there anything that they disagreed with, even though they still voted for him? Just ask how they came to their conclusions and why. You know, I saw an article, I saw a little news story with a young Irish guy who does from CNN Business, and he was talking to some of the people who'd gathered in Arizona or something, and he spoke to about 8 people there, and 6 of them were like, no, just because it was stolen. No sin. 2 of them were like, one young guy and a woman were like, the young guy was like, well, you know, whatever the decision comes down to, I will accept it. I don't necessarily believe everything that's being said, but if I am suspicious of something, well, then I want to sort it. He was reasonable. And another young woman was like, yeah, she's pretty hardcore, but she was also, he said something to her and he explained something to her, and she said, yeah, I hadn't thought about it like that. So 2 of them were reasonable. So not every person who's swallowed the Kool-Aid is unreasonable and won't listen. So provide forward momentum by talking and opening lines of communication and asking, what do you think that Trump could do with the economy that Biden can't, or what do you think that Trump could do has done with the coronavirus that Biden isn't going to do? Or, you know, do you agree with Trump saying that, you know, he's just got to ride the wave or stuff like that? Do you really think it's a hoax? Do you know anyone who's lost to it? Things like that. Most of them don't think it's a hoax. Anyway, so the second card I've got here is Magic Stream. Water, thirst for knowledge. I usually do my own interpretation first and then I'll go to the book. So I will be going to the book for these 3 cards as well. So Magic Stream. Once you started it, keep the conversation rolling. And the thing is with streams running is that they clear out a lot of, if they're not kept running, they become stagnant. If their current is cut off and their movement is cut off, they become stagnant. So don't let things stagnate. Keep the conversation going, but do it with clarity, crystal clear. Don't muddy the waters. You know, don't say, I feel he's a bad person, because they don't feel his. Keep your feelings out of it and just be logical and say, well, look, you know, I voted for Biden because of this. I didn't vote for Trump because of this. I didn't vote for him because he's a thoroughly horrible person and an orange monster. They're not going to hear that. They're not going to listen to that. You know, keep things clear. Don't let lines of communication get stagnated with points that people aren't going to move on. And if they're not going to move on a point, move to a different point. And also, it doesn't hurt to concede a point to them now and then. Yeah, well, maybe, yeah, he did. There are a couple of things that Trump did were good. Only a couple, but there were, and acknowledging them is something. So keep the current moving so that stagnation doesn't happen. And don't get too emotional into it. Keep the emotions down deep at the bottom of the stream, okay? Because if they come up, they can cause a blockage as well. So don't get too emotional about things. And the last one is goblins. Whoa! These are the things that can cause the stagnation. This is the over emotion. And this is also things like conspiracy theories and all that. If they bring up the conspiracy theories, listen and say, I don't agree with that. I haven't seen any proof of that. If proof of that were to come out in the future, well, that would be a different thing. But I can't let a conspiracy theory make my choices for me. So those sorts of things, the things you have to be sensible about. The goblins are those, you know, and just say, look, the stuff that they're saying are really, these theories going out, they're really emotional and they're hard to, especially people who in some situations may have suffered abuse themselves or things like that, that you know, be aware that the person you're talking to, you might not always know everything about them, and that some of their goblins or their demons that they have are what people like Trump latch onto. They latch on those demons and those goblins of fear, of maybe memories of past abuse or memories of being poor and not having enough money to feed yourself or your family and things like that. Those sorts of goblins. Just remember that a lot of people are preyed on by cults because they take advantage of their goblins, of their demons, of their fears, and try and tell them, we will make all those things disappear, which is what Trump did. So being aware of those things is, you know, and you don't know what their goblins are or what their demons are. So be aware of that. They may be the things that have caused them to surge and latch onto someone like Trump, who, because a lot of these people, the demons, they make them feel helpless and weak. Whereas Trump's coming up and saying, I will make everything better for you and I will make you stronger. And they believe in that. So from my interpretation from the images is open that dialogue, start that momentum of that dialogue, you know, and be light about it. Don't go in with a heavy heart. Carry a light, higher vibrational heart with you. Don't go in with a heavy heart going, oh, this is going to be so hard. Go in with a light heart and say, I just want to help, you know. I just want to help someone who I've known for a long time. Help them through this. Because remember, a lot of them are going to be disappointed and going through a lot of things. Keep things running. Don't let things stagnate. And, you know, just be aware that often people are drawn into these things because they have demons that they've had to deal with on their own and haven't had people to talk to. So maybe be there for them to talk about the things that, why did you find this so attractive and stuff, and maybe being able to be there and listen to them about their goblins as well. So have a quick look at the book. Movement. You are in a time of positive forward emotion. So be positive, going and be positive. Don't be heavy and upright. Positive momentum as you are in a period, coming out of a period of restriction. Okay? In a stage of a new adventure and discovery. You're not just discovering things about yourself by talking to people, you know, discovering things about them. It's also, movement's also a state of mind. And you know this is the actions you need to take. So the big aim here too is to never make someone feel bad that they voted for Trump. You know, they might try to make you feel bad that you voted for Biden, but don't let them. Just say, you know, they had every right to vote for who they wanted to. I'd just like to talk about why, what did they see that I didn't, and things like that. But don't, yeah. The magic stream, 18. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Okay, every experience you have seems to have its own life story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. So also, again, I touched on that with the goblins. Talk about experiences and what their experiences were and what your experiences were that brought you to voting the way you did. There is a danger, however, of seeing events as separate from one another, since the fact that they are all part of a continuity and a greater evolution. So, yeah, again, if you let things stagnate, you can lose connections with people. So if you let the conversation stagnate, you'll lose connections with people and you'll lose that connectivity. Okay? And the goblins. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Now, a lot of people, some people are likely to come out of this cold with Trump on their own. You've seen several public figures do it. Scaramucci did, Cohen did, Omarosa did. And they're like, I don't know how I ended up there. And so for some of them, some people are afraid to admit that they don't know how they got there. And they're afraid that people will think less of them. So they'll stick to their beliefs and would rather be seen as strong but wrong than feeling a little bit foolish and weak. So understand that about their feelings. That's part of their debt. Okay? Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. Okay? They remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy and victimized or unlovable. Again, people with cult-like tendencies will prey on that. Nobody will love you like I love you. Nobody loves you. I'm the only one who loves you. Trump is, nobody cares about you. Nobody will do anything for you. I'm the only one who will. So again, preying on those fears. So I hope that helps with people who want to open communications with people who they've maybe lost touch with because of all of this and lost friends or contact with people. I hope that advice helps a bit. I am not a psychologist. I am not an expert on deprogramming people. And don't feel that just because someone voted for Trump or believes in Trump that they need deprogramming. They probably don't. But they would like to be heard rather than shut off. So, yeah, not everyone who voted for him needs deprogramming. So don't go into the thing with that feeling. But like I said, I am not a psychologist. I'm not an expert in decoding people from cults and stuff like that. This is basically the way I would do it. And I have my niece's husband is so right wing and he's all in with this Biden stole the vote and all that. And I'm like, we've been good naturally teasing him, but when he got to a line, I said, no, look, this is the line. I can't and won't engage in this anymore. Okay. So also draw a line as to where you can and cannot engage anymore. But yeah. So yeah. Okay. That doesn't mean I still don't love my niece's husband and still and am going to cut off contact with him or anything like that. Oh, I think apologies for the kids and babies in cages would be really worth it. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else got a question? Patience is really key. If you don't want to lose people who have meant a lot in your life for a long time because of the way they voted or what their beliefs are, you've got to be patient, and you hope that they'll be patient with you. Nobody agrees 100% on everything all the time. Does Ivanka want her dad to concede? Okay. Well, I'm not. I have cut people out of my life for a time for good reasons. Sometimes not for the best reasons. And when I realize that I'm the one who needs to step forward and heal that breach, I will do it and put out that olive branch. And when somebody else puts out an olive branch to heal a breach, I will take the olive branch and see if it can be healed. Because, family, especially friends, long-term friends, it's hard to lose them. Okay, does Ivanka want her father to concede? The word no just flashed through my mind. Thank you, guys. But that doesn't mean that came flying out. She wants him to be victorious. No, she doesn't want him to concede, but I think she might know that it would be better for him in the end. So she's trying to communicate with him that while I don't want you to concede, Dad, I think you're going to have to for all our sakes. So she's got lines of communication happening, and she thinks because things are going to come down very quickly on you if you don't. She doesn't emotionally want him to concede. She wants him to continue being the president. But, brains. Yeah, I've got 3 yes so far. That emotionally she doesn't want him to. But logically, yes, she does. You got this wish of becoming the most powerful man in the world, and you've had that. And I know you want to hang on to it, but, that can't always happen. We've gained so much from it. Our ships have come in a lot over the time, But yeah, she's using her logic, not her emotions. Emotionally, she doesn't want him to concede. She wants him to continue. But logically, she knows he's got to stop. She knows he has to concede to Biden and follow the wishes of the American people. So yes, logically, and she's also afraid that if he tries to continue to manipulate things, something is going to come out that's damaging. This popped up before too, didn't it? The Ace of Swords. So she is conflicted on this. She doesn't want him to give a concession speech, but she wants him to accept that he's not going to be the president. She thinks if he went and gave a concession speech, it would cause a lot of conflict. So, and she doesn't see the need for him to give a concession speech because it's only a tradition. Thank you, Laura Carson. Oh, GMJ. Oh my goodness, you are a lost cause. You really are. Make Trump take all medications in suppository form. Yeah. Oh, you're a lost cause, Dave. Okay. Now, I thought we might have a look at what's going on with the Georgia runoffs for those two Senate seats. So the first one is Perdue and Ossoff. What is going to happen there? So, a different deck of cards. So the Georgia runoffs for the Senate seats. What is going to happen there? Georgia runoff seats. I'll do Ossoff on the left. Ossoff. Perdue on the right. Perdue. Guides of the highest truth and compassion. I hope my thanks and your help. Finding some clarity into the question I have about this runoff for the senior senators in Georgia. So, okay, let's have a look. First, we'll do a card between the two. So we'll do the bottom card. There is going to be a clear winner. Okay, so this is between the two. Okay, so there is going to be a clear winner, and that's from the bottom. And this winner is going to help transition America towards healing. Okay, so I'll do one card each first. Ossoff. He's feeling a little bit blocked, a little bit of blocked creativity, a little bit of blocked energy. But then so is Perdue. Dull. The Queen of Wands reversed is a dull person, someone who's lacking intuition and the drive. So Ossoff might be blocked at the moment for some ideas, but that doesn't mean he's lacking drive or energy or creativity. But Perdue is. Ossoff has everything he needs to manifest a win. So this is a good card for him. He just has to bring it together. So get through this little rock blockage. It just needs to be brought together. Perdue needs to get out of his own way. He's self-sabotaging a little bit. He's going to cause some confliction. He's Now, Ossoff is ready to debate him at any time. Now, this way can mean debate, political debate. Perdue doesn't want that, because he knows whenever he's up against Ossoff in a debate, he does come off the worst. So he's trying to avoid debating him. Okay, Ossoff. What's going on with Ossoff? This is a breaking up of family, but this family in this case is the Republican. So breaking up the Republican family in the Senate, bringing an end to it. Upsetting news for Perdue. Being able to walk away from the small loss that he had, not regretting. There's no regrets. Ossoff's not going to. He doesn't regret that it's gone to a runoff, so he's okay with that. This is regrets and losses. Yeah, he lost, but you know, he's still got cups in his armour, so he's not wasting time on regretting things. Perdue. Perdue feels like Perdue's got a couple of little tricks up his sleeve that he wants to try to maintain the Republican agenda. Do one more card for each. And this is a maybe card for Perdue, whereas the Magician is a yes card. It's a more powerful card in terms of yes, no's. Plans. He's got plans about what he wants to do and how he wants to continue once he's there. He's got his agenda, or he's got ideas and his agenda set. He knows what he wants to do and what he needs to do for Georgia. This is Ossoff. Perdue's confused. He's not sure about what his agenda is. He thinks he knows. He's still trying to. I think he's got a few roadblocks in front of him. I think it might be close, but at the moment I see Ossoff winning. Ossoff definitely has the advantage and everything he needs. He has more positive cards, and yeah, this is me celebrating and helping America move into a time of healing. So that also indicates Ossoff. So that's Ossoff and Perdue. He voted 4 times to repeal the. I think they're going to go with the ACA. The Democrats are going to. The ACA. I mean, I know that there's a big team being sent down to Georgia for the. And I know that the Lincoln Project are getting behind the Democratic Senate things in Georgia. Now, Loeffler and Warnock. Warnock. Loeffler. Again, I'll do a couple of cards from the bottom as a signifier for the reading to go in between the two. When I come back on Sunday, I might do a reading on Jamie Harrison's future. Hi, Teresa Judy. How are you? Yes, faith does work wonders, no matter what your faith is, what your religious beliefs are, whether you have any or don't have any. Faith is not just about religion, it's about belief in yourself and belief that things will work as they're supposed to. Okay. American people, or the Georgian voters in this case, not as many are going to turn out. I'm just wondering if those who wanted Collins won't bother voting for Loeffler. This is in between. Not as many will turn out. And end of one journey, beginning of the of another. So that's it. Warnock, Raphael Warnock, a steady, reliable, resourceful, stable person and a leader in his community, a respected leader in his community. Oh, Loeffler, that's not a good starting card for her. This is things coming to an end for her and feeling like she's been the night of the long knives. It's not a good start for her. And I think a lot of people voted for Collins instead of her because they felt that she stabbed them in the back by not doing the right thing or something, or that she could do that. So she's not popular. She's not popular. I don't think she beat, I think she beat Doug Collins by a decent margin, but Warnock way outstripped her. So, Warnock. New partnerships. Working together. This could be him and Ossoff. Loeffler. Oh, you know what? She got the same thing. She doesn't want to have to debate Warnock. She wants to avoid that. Purdue got the same thing. I don't think either feel that they could pull off another round of debates. They're trying to avoid it if they can. Oh, yeah, she's got QAnon support that could, It's fell in the middle. Again, not worrying about whether they're going to win or lose or regret things. There's no time for that. No time to regret that he didn't get the majority straight up. So that's Warnock. Same attitude with Ossoff. No time for that. You know, I've still got things on my side. I've got 2 cups on my side. I got the highest of all the votes. So that attitude of not even going to bother hanging around and trying to, you know, reconcile things or no time for regret or to analyse the loss or to give it all a post-mortem. That's ridiculous. Inability to commit, unable to manipulate things away, unable to juggle things. It's not looking good for Loeffler. Not. Warnock. It's a little bit bored of the drama around it. He'd rather be, you know, getting to work and doing things. So he finds this runoff thing a bit of an annoyance, really. He's a bit annoyed about it. So Hierophant, lack of institutional support. I think Kelly Loeffler's going to feel like the Republican Party's not really going to support her as they should. She'll blame them. She's already got a target in sight to blame. I think she's already talking herself into losing, even if she doesn't know it. Loeffler is not what it seems. It's interesting. End of a legacy for her. This is interesting. This is like, he doesn't really in his life have a lot of time for drama, but he's worrying about spilt milk. But he's putting his hand up to do this for his community. But he also knows it's not going to be the romantic, wonderful thing a lot of people might think being a senator is. That there's, you know, it's not going to be the easy ride. He knows that. Let's see. Will Warnock win? I had 2 cards flip over there. A yes and a maybe. Yes, so that's good. Will Loeffler win? No cards flipped. 9 of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles. She thinks she will. She thinks she will. She believes she will. But this is the truth card. He will come out. The Emperor. The word of law, lawmakers. I think Warnock is going to win. And I think by quite a bit more than Loeffler thinks. But, well, no, I think, yeah. she's got to try and bring Collins voters onto her side, and I don't think she's going to be able to do that. Yeah. So look, I think Warnock will win, and I still get the idea that I think he might only do one term. I don't know why. I did a reading on him the other day, and I picked up tiredness and stuff. So he's doing it for his community. I don't think it's something he would necessarily attain to do for himself, because I think deep down he feels that he just doesn't have what it takes to put up with all the crap involved. Ossoff, I think he'll win, but it's going to be a lot closer than Warnock and Purdue, Warnock and Loeffler. So, yep. Okay. Oh, I wanted to ask a question popped to my mind. Will the Trump family be booted out of the Republican Party? John Jr.'s, I read someone said John Jr. is trying to take over the RNC. Will the Trump family be booted out of the RNC and the Republican Party? Will they be barred? Will they be barred from the Republican Party in the end? Not everyone named Trump, just this like Donald Trump and his kids and things. I think it's Ossoff gets him. He's going to be there for quite a while. Will the Republican Party bar Trump? Chalices, 2 of Cups. Here's the partnership they have with the Trumps. Knight of Chalices. They brought him in because they thought he could raise more money for him, because I feel that they were in financial trouble, which is one of the reasons they brought him in. Knight of Chalices. So they went with the false knight, and they painted themselves into a corner. This is the Tarot of Pagan Cats. It's a really cute little deck. So they painted themselves into a corner. 8 of Swords. Of course, the Knight of Cups is the false knight, by making that partnership with him. Now their dreams of reviving their greatness the greatness of the Republican Party has turned to nightmares, you know, bringing it back to what it was. They're trying to manipulate their way out of it. It's just a slightly thicker card. They're really anxious. They're not the group around Trump, but generally, I think I'm talking about the RNC here. Yeah, they're really anxious. They don't want Trump. I'll have a look at that Senate 2022. I'll look at the House and the Senate, both of them, for 2022. Keisha? Okay. The RNC are really there are members in the RNC who are wishing they'd never, ever, you know. 7 of Swords. They're going to try and slink away. Knight of Swords. There's going to be investigations, either internal in the Republican Party or external with RNC and funds. Things are going to come to light about Trump's and the RNC. Whoop. They're hoping to be able to get a new star. They're looking to Trump Jr. for a new star. Oh, my goodness. But stuff's going to come out about him. Yep, here's the devil. I love this little devil card with these absolutely rabid rabbit. Stuff's going to come out about Don Jr. and their rising star is going to come to a big crash. Yeah, they're going to try and make Don Jr. next rising Republican star. Knight of Pentacles, slow moving, stubborn. There are some really stubborn people in there. 6, but they're going to have to sail into calmer waters. They can't keep an association with Trump. Judgment, yeah. They know that if they keep an association with the Trumps, people are going to judge them. So they're hoping to make Don Jr. the next rising Republican star, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I think they're going to have to come to the point where they realise that if they want to survive, they can't have anything Trump associated with them. Okay. Are there any seats up for grabs in 2022 Senate seats? I know that the House seats will be up for grabs every 2 years. Okay. Just get bring this up. (2022) election. Yeah, people will be putting their okay. 34 Senate seats will be up for election. Okay. Will the Senate be blue? Okay, Senate and House elections 2022. How will things go? We'll have a quick look. And it is something that I will come back to closer to the date. But we'll just have a quick look for now. And okay. Yeah, I just saw that. Yep. The Senate seats in, where will they be? Senate races. Retiring Republican incumbents. Oh, so we've got incumbents in Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, retiring Republic, and Pennsylvania. Let's see. Will the Democrats win the Senate in 2022? Thank you, gods of the highest truth and compassion, and giving me insight into this question. Will the Democrats win a majority in the Senate in 2022? Let's see. Justice. That's a maybe. Four Swords. That's a maybe. Yeah, maybe. Four Swords. There'll be some retirements, and I can see that by the map I got up. So yes, there will be some retirements. Yeah, so that's the issue. That's out of Four Swords is a maybe. So yeah, that's a maybe. Another. So thank you so much. New hope, new inspiration, new stars. I just had the word better run through my head. There will be changes, dramatic changes. I'm just wondering if Beto's going to try for Texas again, and we'll get in this time. That'll be interesting, because Beto runs through my head, and then there's this changes, and that's dramatic, and that's a no, but everything else is a yes or a maybe at the moment. So there'll be some dramatic changes there. Five of Cups. There'll be some losses. I think some of their incumbents might lose. Okay, so they might lose some seats, but they're going to gain more. Nine of Pentacles. They will be sitting pretty, the Democrats. Five of Swords. Yeah, there's going to be some changes coming about, and end to the abuse of power. There's going to be some ties coming out between some senators and Russia. I think this is Putin. This is definitely Putin. Look at that. Five of Swords, abuse of power. I think Texas, there's going to be a few big surprises in Texas in 2022. And the Emperor, that's, yes, a return to law. The lawmakers. I think that the Democrats are going to have a clear majority after the 2022 election. But make no mistake, they could possibly lose a couple of people. Okay, so there's no one retiring, no Democrats retiring, but there's quite a few up for re-election. So like Washington State, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, I think that is, Illinois, a lot of the eastern states. So that's interesting. So I think they will, but I think they'll lose a few seats that they weren't expecting, but they're going to gain a lot more than they lose. And it wouldn't surprise me if Texas, I just heard Beto and Texas. Is the Texas governor up for re-election? Let's have a look. Gubernatorial. That's elections, isn't it? Is gubernatorial the governors? Yeah, governorships. I just got Beto. But I thought maybe he'd run for Senate. But do you reckon Beto might run for the governor of Texas? Will Texas turn blue in 2022? Let's ask that question. Will Texas turn blue in 2022? Because I know that Ted Cruz won and John Cornyn's just won. So that both their senator seats are not going to be up for election. So there's no Senate races there. But I got Beto flashing my mind and a big change, and it seemed to be Texas. So it's Beto O'Rourke going to run for governor of Texas. Maybe. Eight of Pentacles. He's looking into it. He's looking into it now. Four of Wands. Celebration. I think a lot of people in Texas will celebrate. Texas was a lot closer than you'd think this year. Six of Cups. Wanting to bring back something about Texas that they want brought back, that they feel has been lost. King of Swords. This is Beto. This is Beto, the King of Swords. I asked if he was going to run for governorship, and this is him, the King of Swords. Nine of Pentacles, sitting pretty. Ten of Pentacles. New legacy. Princess of Wands. Orator. Speaker. That's a Page of Wands. Speaking about action. Strength. I think Beto might put his hand up for the governorship of Texas. If he does, will he win? I don't know why Beto just, I mean, I wasn't even looking at the map or anything. I was just looking down and, you know, the word Beto flashed through my mind, and I was looking at the Senate races then. So it was like I could see the word scrolling across my eye. It's really weird. If Beto runs for the governor of Texas, will he win? Princess of Pentacles. That's a yes card. Very smart person. He's going to be really intelligent about getting his messages across. Here's that celebration card again. It was in the last one I did too for him. The star, the new star, rising star. There he is again. That's the rising star, new hope. Three of Swords. Little bit of heartbreak in some areas. but there's a lot more positive cards. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. That's good. Getting his messages across. 9 of Wands. Building defenses. It's going to be a tough battle for him. 2 of Pentacles. He's going to be able to juggle things. It's a maybe, so that's good. He's going to be able to manifest things. 8 of Cups. People walking away. That's a no card, but that's, and so is the 3 of Swords, but that could be people walking away from the Republicans, or you know, Republicans not wanting to vote for him. Here's this card again, this maybe retirement card. I think he could win. I think if he runs, he could win and turn Texas blue. But he might, if he wins, he might not get both houses. He might not get all the Congress. You know, it might be a blue governor and a red house and a red Senate or something, but yeah, so Texas is holding their legislative elections in 2022. So, yeah, that was interesting. Came out of nowhere, but it'll be interesting to see if that happens. Okay, right, about 3 minutes. It's going to be 11 a.m. here. So, I think what I'll do is I'll just finish now, and so I can hold my head in a moment's silence for all of those we've lost in battle, and all of those who served countries for Remembrance Day. And so thank you so much for joining me today. I love you very much, and thank you for your donations and things. And please stay safe, stay strong, stay loving. Bye-bye.